Okay. Okay. Here it is. Okay. All right. Welcome back. So I wanted to talk about something that really grinds my gears. I want to turn this into a Family Guy Peter Griffin episode. You want to know what really grinds my gears? People in this community who think this is really complicated and difficult. I love this Neville Goddard community and the Joseph Murphy and Abdullah and Jesus and Law of Assumption, Law of Being, Law of I Am, whatever you really want to call it. And this community is it is really frustrating because it has been taken over by these people who want to say something new all the goddamn time. This isn't anything new. We don't need another sequel. This isn't the MCU, which goes on forever. We peaked and when it comes to Law of Assumption. It is simple as this. You either have it or you don't. That's it. That is the absolute bottom line. You either have it or you don't. The entire point of the law is the law of I am. Do you have it or do you not have it? The easiest way to test this for yourself is that imagine your friend comes to you and be like, hey, do you have this thing? Whatever your instant reaction is, that is your current story. Your goal is to change the story. Force that new story into your head. That's it. And the way you know this is working is that what is your instant reaction if someone comes to you in your mind and asks you, do you have this? If you're manifesting in money, let's say you want $8,000 a month. If imagine your friend coming to you and you telling them how much money you have and them asking you, what is your instant reaction? Is it still the old number or the new number that you want? That's it. That is how you determine what is the current story you're holding. Your goal here is the law of I am. Okay, the kingdom of God is within you, as it says in the Bible. It's in your head. Jesus says, ask, believe, and receive, basically. Your goal is just to dwell in the new man, the new story, and death to the old self. That's it. In the same way Abdullah said, you are in Barbados, that was it. How could Neville go to Barbados if he was already in Barbados? And when Neville got his first class ticket, not first class ticket, it was like third class ticket or something. He was a peasant, basically. He was like a Fortnite default skin. That's how he was being treated. He was being treated like a black person. Neville went to Abdullah. He was like, oh my God, I'm going to Barbados. And Abdullah said, how are you supposed to go to Barbados? You are already in Barbados. You're in it right now. You can't go. You can't just go to Barbados. You are already in Barbados. It's in the past. That is the story. That is how Neville understood the law. Neville teaches you people this all the time, but for some reason the Neville community is like, no, we have to do 35,000 things in order to brainwash ourselves into believing the new story. No, you either have it or you don't. You're either in Barbados or you are not. And Abdullah understood that. Abdullah said, no, I'm not going to give you any help. You either have it, you're either in Barbados or you're not. And Abdullah told him, no, you are in Barbados. You can't go to Barbados and you can't go third class when you already went to Barbados and you went first class. I'm getting a phone call, hold up. That's it. That's all it was. And I see so many people saying methods work. You have to do this method, you have to do that method. No, it's either you have it or you don't. Now, methods do help, but it's either you have it or you don't. That is the absolute law of I am, the law of being. You either have it or you don't. And you can test yourself, you can test your mind and seeing where you are in the story, whether you're in the old story or the new story, just by pretending someone's talking to you and what number you give, how you answer. Do you answer from the new man or the old man? It is literally that. You either have it or you don't. And there are so many methods, even this method right here called the O method that I just found. What even is this O method? The O method is a manifestation technique that harnesses the law of attraction, sex magic, and orgasm to help you attract your desires. Within magic, orgasms are considered one of the most powerful tools for manifesting what you want. Do you think that when Abdullah told Neville, you were in Barbados, the first thing Neville did, okay, I gotta jack off really quickly, get this O everywhere, okay? Gotta squirt everywhere real quickly. Oh yeah, I'm in Barbados. Now I'm in Barbados. I had to do the O method first, Abdullah. You think anyone's doing this? You think when a bad circumstance happens, someone tells you, hey, you got diagnosed with cancer or something, that these people who beat cancer through the law of assumption immediately, they're like, actually, you know what I'm going to do, doctor? Just give me a sec. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quickly. Let me flick my little thing really quickly in the bathroom. No, I don't have it anymore, doctor. I did the O method, doctor. No, it wasn't the O method. It's either that the O method just pushed them into the reality that they want because they believe that work will lead them to not have cancer or to bring their SP. That's it. They believe that they had it after they did the O method. The O method doesn't do anything. It's probably a really fun method, don't get me wrong. I'm sure we can all agree. It is incredibly fun. It sounds fun. I don't even do it and it sounds fun. Yeah, I might do it after this. That's how fun it sounds. But it's not real. It's either you have it or you don't. And all of these methods, state akin to sleep, again, that's what Neville was taught, and I think is great. I do it myself. I think it's really fun to do, but you don't need it. It's either you have it or you don't. You can't do state akin to sleep and go against your manifestation for the rest of the days. That's why when Neville told you to do the ladder experiment, he said at night do state akin to sleep, but in the daytime you have to imagine yourself climbing the ladder. You have to constantly tell yourself, I will not climb a ladder. You can't contradict yourself. That's it. Who are you being? Don't contradict that. You got it. You got it. That's it. Just don't contradict yourself. Don't worry about time. Time isn't even real. Okay? Space is not even real. We are all one. Don't ignore that completely. Do you have it? Yes? Okay, awesome. Don't contradict it. You'll get it. Don't look for it. Don't look at 3D. Bang. State akin to sleep is really fun, but you don't need it. And I'm sure the O method is a lot more fun, but state akin to sleep is also a close second. Living in the end. Again, this is literally what manifestation is. You have to become I am. Scripting and journaling. You don't need a magic book. You don't need to write your manifestations in a magic book. You can if you want. I'm sure it feels very fantasy, like almost like you're a wizard or something. I'm sure it feels great, but you don't need it at all. If the people who are doing it in the perspective of, if I do this, then I will get my desire. In the same way, people who don't know about the law, they say, if I do this, I will become the best basketball player of all time. And that's how they did it. They believed that in order to become the best basketball player of all time, they had to do these steps. So you're just adding steps. You could just jump towards the end. So again, it's just, who are you being? Affirmations. And this is the best one. Again, I don't believe you can defeat this. I don't believe that you can stop inner conversation and assumptions. Again, the law of assumption is just whatever you think about nonstop. Your thoughts create reality. So this is perfect in my opinion. Affirmations, inner conversations. I think robotic inner conversations is by far the best method. And I might make like a video about it. It's basically robotic affirmations, but instead of, you're talking to someone. But yeah, it's just, who are you being? And affirmations and inner conversations are ways to tell who you are being. And I love them. But at the end of the day, it's all about who you are being. It's called the law of I am. Asking, isn't it wonderful? Again, this is Neville Goddard's technique. Isn't it wonderful that I have this? And again, you can do this, but if you do this and you still pretend and you're still in that old story, this isn't going to work. You either have it or you don't. This is a way for your brain to understand that you have it. But when you stop doing this and you realize you don't have it, then it's not going to work, unfortunately. The 3D disregard, again, do not look. Well, you can look at 3D, but don't dwell in the 3D. Neville says you jump from state to state. Whatever your dominant state is, that is what will materialize. Whatever your dominant state is, you're not going to be in one state all day long. Neville says all the time, you're going to jump from state to state the entire day. You can't just stay in one state the entire day. It's whatever your dominant assumption, whatever your default assumption is, whatever your default state is, whatever you jump to at the end of the day, that is what's going to materialize. If at the end of the day you feel like a failure, that is what's going to materialize. Whatever you feel like at the heart, at the core of you, that is what's going to materialize. That is what's going to manifest. You jump from state to state all the time. So you can still be in the 3D world. Obviously, you can't ignore it. That's called the life of Caesar. If you can't ignore it, I mean, a lot of people ignore it. I mean, Jesus ignored it all the time. Neville ignored it all the time. But I understand some circumstances, especially when you're first starting out, it's very hard to disregard the 3D. But it's whatever your dominant state is. Whatever your dominant state is when you fall asleep, whatever dominant state is before you fall asleep, how you get up, that's what will materialize. And it's who you are being when you're sleeping. If you're rich when you're sleeping, if you're rich when you wake up, if you're rich when you fall asleep, if you're rich when you feel like you're doing ordinary activities, then you'll materialize richness and wealth. If you feel like a failure, if you feel single, if you feel anxious, then these are things that will materialize. You manifest the crap out of your fears. That's what, hell is in a way. It's bringing hell here. So yeah, this video I'm trying to tell you guys just need to understand the manifestation is not some insane thing. It is just who you are being. What is the current story you're telling yourself? Are you in Barbados or are you not in Barbados? That's it. I am in Barbados. I can't go to Barbados. I don't have a flight ticket to go to Barbados because I'm already in Barbados. Period. End of goddamn story, okay? Just look at this face. Whenever you need help, just look at this face, okay? Imagine this guy just staring at you saying, you don't have an SP? No, you have an SP. You can't get your SP. You have the SP. You can't get the money. You have the money. Imagine this guy looking at you every single time you have a little bit of doubt. Imagine this guy telling you, saying you are in Barbados and saying you're going to get an absolute spanking if you screw this up, okay? You are in Barbados. You're going to get that door slammed in front of your face like Neville did many times. And you don't need the O method, and I'm sure the O method is fun as hell, and I'm sure many people enjoy the O method, but you don't need any method. You just need to understand who you are. It is the law of I am. Again, I went over it many times in the big video. I am the Father of One. Again, check out if you want to see the history of this and what Jesus meant and what Neville meant and what Plato meant and some of those people, check out my first video where I break down all of it in like a 2-hour video. But you don't really need that if you're not really interested in like the history of this. But yeah, anyways, that's for today's video. But yeah, just don't focus on the method that much. Don't focus on anything. Just focus on your thoughts. Who are you? Are you in the new story or in the old story? If you're in the new story, great. Just stay there. Don't contradict it. It'll manifest very soon. If you're in the old story, then you have to convince yourself that you're in the new story, or else you're going to live a horrible, horrible ass life. But yeah. Anyways, that's for today's video. Make sure to like and sub. And yeah, peace out.